Hey y'all, it's Ferris, and this video is going to be a little bit different than normal because I'm going to be showing you my figure collection. Now, before I jump into actually showing the collection, there are a few things I want to go over as the speed paint of a recent Creative Control Commission plays over in the background. First thing I want to say about this collection is it is not a solo collection, it is a collaboration with my girlfriend Joe Basos. We moved in about 4 to 5 years ago and began collecting together, but prior to that I had started collecting around 2013-2014 era. So I've been collecting for around 10 years now, and Basos has been collecting for 5 years. So this collection is many years of effort and patience, along with being a joint effort to build what we have. And before we see all of our crap that we have, I want to mention some of the main places that we have bought our collection from. The main places we buy our figures from are in-person anime conventions. Some of the big ones we go to are Katsucon and Otakon, and official distributors such as Ami Big Bag Toy Store and Good Smile Company, and some secondhand sites like eBay and Mercari. But now, with all that being said, let's just jump right into the figures and let me show you some of the crap we have. Starting off, we are starting with the couch section just because I figured I'd go ahead and throw it in because I'm very proud of our Neso collection. We have on top of the couch, this couch we oftentimes refer to as Bubba's couch because there he is, it's his. Then directly across from Bubba's couch, we have these two bookcases from IKEA. They are mostly made up of prize figures because we keep all of our scales in our Detolfs. But towards the lower levels, we have just random crap that we like to have out on display, acrylic stands, some fan-made stuff like that. But starting off with the white shelf on the top layer, we have some Bandori and two girls from 22-7. Then the next shelf down is very heavy Basos shelf. It has some Pony Girls, Minato Aqua, Kazuna Ai, and that Minato Aqua was actually a present from Mason. Shout out to Mason. We love you in this home. And this is a sort of mix-up shelf. We have some Mai from Bunny Girl Senpai, along with a lot of Fate and MASH. Once again, some of those are presents from Mason and Zesty. Then the final shelf has even more prize figures. These are a little bit older. I believe we got them around 3-4 years ago. Then the next shelf over, we have on top the Daya Kurosawa collection. She is a member of Aqua from Love Live Sunshine, and then we have a little Mari on the side there too. And throughout this collection, you are going to see a common theme, which is we love Live. Here is a mashup of a bunch of different stuff that we feel looks good together. We have some Muse, some Aqua, and even some Superstar, like this little mini May shrine that we have. Underneath that, we have our Sunny Day song collection, and they are arranged to be the ending pose, which is really cute. We got this on eBay for like, someone didn't know what they had. It was like all of them were $60. It was something insane. Then underneath the TV, we have another like box storage unit thing from IKEA that we've completely stuffed with some figure boxes down below, but mostly Persona 4 merch. We think Persona 4 is the best Persona game. The characters mean so much because I started to play Persona when I was like in middle school, high school range, and then I recently replayed it and had Joe Basos watch it, and now she's obsessed with it. So yeah, shout out to the guy at Katsucon that sold us a good bulk of this stuff. Love you. And we also have the Risei Dancing All Night, but she's in the Detolf, so she's a little bit separate, but she's right next to the other Risei stuff. And then we have Kanji and Naoto. And my favorite character in all of Persona 4 is Kanji Tatsumi. He means a lot to me. One, in the I think he's very cute. I like him. But also just his story as a character and what he goes through and how he powers through it in the show and the game just really means a lot to me. So it meant a lot to me this past Katsucon that I was able to finally get a figure of him, and he is probably one of my most prized figures that I have. To the left, we have our little teddy collection, and my favorite piece of teddy merch we have is that little wacky whatever it is in the back. Like, I love it. It's so stupid looking, and he's actually supposed to hold your glasses, but none of my glasses fit because I got a big ass head. I don't know. But then we got Yosuke and Naoto. That Naoto figure was actually my first Persona 4 piece of merch in general, I believe. But that is the entirety of our Persona 4 collection as of right now. We also have some folders, lanyards, pins, stuff like that. Finally, moving into our Detolfs. We have 4 Detolfs total, but these are the first 2 I'm going to be talking about. The one on the right is my Sonico collection. When we first bought our first ever glass case, a majority of it was Sonico, and then we also put all of our other ones, but as you can see, the collection grew, so all the other bitches got pushed out into the other one. So starting off with the one on the left, we have Joe Basos' Maki Nishikino shrine. She is her best girl from Muse. Mine's Ellie, but sadly I just haven't had the funds to make a shrine for her. I put all my figure money really in the Sonicos nowadays, but I think she only needs 2 more figures, and she has every Maki Nishikino big figure produced. Then we have I from Zombieland Saga, and then we have the third tier in the left Detolf, which contains the Rise Kuchikawa scale Dancing All Night that we have. Here is a little up close and rotation of her, because she's honestly me and Basos are still in shock that we have her. Basos has this little Ami pre-owned alert that lets her know when shit's up on the pre-owned, and all of a sudden she popped up and was still available, so we both just scrambled and said fuck it, buy it now. So yeah, that's how she got here, and we love her so much. And on the topic of love, shout out to my coffee Carnies this month. Thank you guys so much for your support. On my coffee, you can find many different forms of exclusive content along with physical rewards every month. I make prints and stickers, and if you sign up for the highest tier, you'll also get 20% off commissions and a free sketch each month. I also have my shop on my coffee, where it contains all the physical products I create. Please consider checking it out, link below. If you've went to any of my lives, I have mentioned my Sonico collection numerous times, so here it is. I've been collecting Sonico ever since 2013 when I first fell in love with her, and she's still my main priority in collecting. So these are my prize figures, or at least some of them on top, along with 3D modeled headphones I made myself when I used to cosplay her, and then I have all my scales on the inside. Also the tan 1/4 and a half scale figure, special shout out. I'm gonna talk over some of the footage here, not really address it, but that figure was gifted to me by Zesty. Thank you so much. I just want you to really know how much that kindness meant to me. I love her so much, and to have both versions of that figure means more than you can imagine. So, thank you. I hope I'm able to get across my appreciation for that as I go through the rest of my Sonico figures. These are some more prized figures I have in the Detolf, along with all my bunny girls in the back. And as we have this close-up of one of my latest Sonico figures I've gotten, I just want to address, I am so grateful and happy I got a bulk of my prize figures for Sonico when I did, because I got them 2013 era, and they were like going for $20, like sometimes even 15. I max 40 like for prize figures, and now they've just skyrocketed to like upper 80s. I think the Gloomy Bear at one time was going for 120. So shout out for me for getting into Sonico collecting in the early 2010s, because that has definitely helped my collection be as big as it is with Sonico. But here's some other little trinkets I have that I wanted to mention, and then we're moving on to the other Detolfs. On the top, we had Basos's Ida bag for Maki, and then we have her Euripi shrine. She's gotten multiple things signed by Brittany Karbowski, which is the English voice actor for Euripi, and then we have her Itsuki collection. As you can see, this shelf is very, very full. But if you are wanting to get into figure collecting and you want to have a large collection, acrylic risers. That's all I gotta say. Definitely get some acrylic risers. Under Itsuki's shelf, we have more scales and a pop-up parade of Junko. The Nagatoro in this case was actually pre-painted but not pre-built, so Basos had a little project with setting her up. We also have a Nindroid of Europeo from If My Favorite Idol Made It to the Budokan, I Would Die, because we are not really Nindroid people, but whenever there is a show or a game that has like no merch and there's a Nindroid, we're gonna get the Nindroid. Moving on to my other Detolf, I have some of my Detective Conan collection up top. I have a variety of little figures and also just other knickknacks. I have a hand puppet, and then balancing on the hand puppet, I have this little Kewpie Mayo and Conan collaboration key charm, and that is on the top 5 of my favorite things in my collection. Moving into the Detolf, the top layer, I have more of my Detective Conan collection, along with a little Connor Nendroid, because there's no merch of Detroit Become Human, and that's one of my favorite video games. So I put him in here because, you know, detectives, it works. But I have all the boys in here, and then moving down, we have 2 Mikus, one of which is the large pop-up parade of the inspired figure from the Deco 27 song, Vampire. We were so happy when we got this because we love pop-up parades, but their bases, when first released, it probably just busted in the fucking room. What's he doing? Going to his couch. But the bases on pop-up parades were so big when they first came out, so when this figure came to us, we were so fucking happy that they made the bases smaller. Because now I can say I fully love pop-up parades. So I have some more Mikus here. This Miku was a pre-painted but not a pre-built Miku, and as you can see, she has like nubs on her still from where the pieces were attached, because we just gave up because we were just over it at a certain point. But I love how she looks. And then the last shelf of the whole figure collection is this Miku shelf, and that is the entirety of our junk collection. I hope you all enjoyed watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and feel free to comment any other future videos you would like to see from me.